Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the program that you're listening to. Let's get into the video. The video name before this one, I named it Angel of Light, Part 1. So this is Angel of Light, Part 2. Unless I change to something else. So let's go. You're going to find out the reason why I do these books. Book of Enoch, Jubilee, Banned from Bible, 3 books in 1. Book of Enoch, Jubilee, and Hasher. Hasher first, J-S-H-E-R. I'll explain to you why I say Hasher still Jasher. That's because those who think they are astute and literate, they say that they have no J's in the Hebrew alphabet, which they didn't. But the Lord God taught me about that. Say, well, the Romans got to shape history because they was the one who wrote the book. So that's why it's Jasher instead of still Yasher. Your tongue get tired. But anyway, so it's Hasher. Then that's the book of the time we left the garden, we're in the promised land the first time. Jubilee is the prophecy, everything that was going to happen until from the time we left the garden until this day. Enoch, the prophecy, everything that was going to happen in the world from generation to generation, everything that was going to take place with us from generation to generation, from the beginning of time to the end of time. So that's banned from the Bible. And that's the reason and purpose for everything on the sun. Now we're gonna go with that in this video. So then the next book, like I said, the Apocrypha, knowledge, wisdom, understand, faith, prayer. It's the book of wisdom, wisdom book. And like I told you, in the dream, this how the book came to me in the dream, just like this. This how the book came to in the dream. It have no cover on it. See, now it doesn't have no cover on, man. Prophecy have to be fulfilled. Whatever the Lord God showed me in dream, and even I don't know how to interpret the dreams, all of them precisely, they're still going to come to pass. Yeah, they are going to come to pass. Give it time. Then we have this book, the demons, the Testament of Solomon. You got to know the demons. They're on television each and every day. And just about every movie I see, they have demons. Those that say they're Jews but are not, they have demons in those movies. That's right. And they're running ceremonies in those movies. In those movies, they are summoning demons. They're summoning demons in those movies. And you don't understand that. And that's found in this book here. So if you understood, then you know how to do it. Okay, and then we have, well, I said, went through these books. Then we have this book, the Testament of 12 Patriarchs. That's why I'm here. And this book here is written by R.H. Charles. Banned from the Bible is written by Joseph Lepkins. And the Testament of Solomon, they did a translation, and that's by the Jews. The Jews are quarterly. And then you have the Apocrypha, that's a King James version of the Apocrypha. Well, this book here is written by R.H. Charles. Now, so who are the patriarchs? Who are the fathers? That was saying Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. He shall turn the hearts of the children back to the fathers, the hearts back to the children. He shall come and strike the earth with a curse. So who are the fathers? Reuben and Simeon, Levi and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher, and Joseph and Benjamin. Those are our fathers. That's where we come from. Okay? And so that book is written by R.H. Charles. And what those books makes up? The Holy Bible. And then the Lord God gave me a recent book. Yeah. The book of the first and the second book of Adam, a conflict of sin. And so I just finished reading out the book, and this was started all off. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord God of hosts. And that's what started. That's the first thing that he had given me. And then when I was faithful with that, then he had other things on. There's no shortcut. And that's what y'all want, a shortcut. Y'all want a video that can last 20 minutes. This how your thinking is. Oh, I'm looking for something. I done started sweating. I'm looking forward to that. This how, yeah, because I was like that. If a video is over 20 minutes, 25 minutes long, I don't want to watch. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You see, and but that's how deceived. That's how dumbed down that we have become. Yeah, we're hoodwinked. We despise. Yeah, because man, what you gonna learn? These books took lifetimes. You hear me? Centuries. At least 550. We know it took more than 5,500 years. We know it was at least that much of the time that these books was written in, and more than that. And so how you want me to sum up everything within 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour? Man, that's what the Lord God said. With all your knowledge and wisdom, get understanding. Get understanding. You just go pass right about this video. Oh, he ain't talking about nothing. And you're messing up everything. You're missing it all. You're missing it all and don't even know it. Don't even know it. Yeah. Now, well, I don't know if it's going to, video, I'll get to it in one of the videos. Of course, I have dreams for you, but I didn't tell you two. I told you one dream, I'm going to tell you another dream. And that's the second part of the first dream. That's the second part of the first dream. So, now I'm going to get that to you. And I already told you about it. There's a reason and purpose for everything on this sun. So you listen to my video, I tell you where everything comes from, where it started at, why it's come. Then you don't have to be guessing. You don't have to go say, well, this person said this and that person said that. And I heard that this, and just regurgitating stuff. You ain't got to do that. When I tell you something, I'll tell you exactly. Most of the time I read it to you. You listen to my videos, I read it to you. And I'll tell you about that in this video also. So I read it to you and tell you where it's found at and where you can go and see it at and where it comes from. Because all my life I've been hearing about the Holy Bible. Oh, they tamper with the Holy Bible. Yeah. Yeah. King James was this and King James was that. Yeah. All my life I heard of that. That's what I heard of. And then when I got back into the bonds of the forever covenants that our fathers left us, what I had to do, I got rebaptized. You understand what rebaptized was? After I had been baptized in the name of Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, I got rebaptized in Jesus' name. So when I got rebaptized in Jesus' name, I received the Holy Ghost, just like that promise. But I wasn't keeping the covenant. I wasn't keeping the Sabbath day. Then later on, a friend of mine, one of the friends I grew up with, taught me about, he was going to a Seventh-day Adventist church, so I started going to a Seventh-day Adventist church. Not knowing nothing about the covenant, all I knew about the Sabbath day. So that's what I did. And then when I got in that, man, I became a proselyte. It became just that everything. I became two folds of hell had entered me. 7 demons more wicked than the first had entered into me. That's right. So the Lord God had to come back in my life, clean me up again like he said he was going to do. And I got out there, and then I started keeping his holy covenant. The covenant that he made with our fathers. And then after I started keeping the covenant, that's when he started revealing things unto me. And so when he started revealing things unto me, he started little by little bit. As I was favoring to one thing, then he gave me something else. Now, just like the 10 talents. When you're faithful in 1 talent, you give it 2 talents. Faithful in 2 talents, you give it 3. You get taken 3, and you grow in grace. That's how you act. You start off with 1 piece of faith, then you add another piece of faith. And that's how he is. That's what he explained into his word. So, when I got to the Apocryphal Wisdom book, then he showed me, not just recently, too. This haven't been, this been recently that he showed me what took place. And that's in the Apocrypha. And Second Maccabees. where Jason wanted to become the high priest over the Jews, over the Jews, over Israel, over the Jews. And he was the brother-in-law of Onias. And Onias was the high priest. So Jason worked his work. They killed Onias. And then they tell you that he went to Rome, got the Greeks. He went to Rome. So who was in Rome? Who was in charge? Constantine. And Jason was what? A Jew. And they got together and they worked that work. That's in the second book of Maccabees. You can go read it. And then they worked that work. And so what Jason did? Jason got the Jews to start to exercise, to participate in the Olympics. Exercise, participate in it. And he got them to start wearing the black hats that you see them wear nowadays. And that's where that comes from. And then he abridged the Bible. The 5 books was large. Lord, the 5 books, that's what he said. And he said, so he go and explain to that. He then took the books and made it shorter so it'd be easy to read. But all that felt in God's hand, in God's plan. But he didn't do it for that. Nah, he didn't do it for that. But that's what he want us to believe, that he was doing that. Because it's all about Israel. It's not about the Jews, it's about Israel. And hoping that you never could, the prophecy, everything's about prophecy. So when you go and read, oh man. So when you go read, the prophecy is in Apocrypha too. But the Testament of 12 Patriarchs have it much better, much clearer. Why? Because those people are Israel. Those are our fathers. They are Israel, who we come from, and they give it to us more plainly and more clear. And it tell you exactly what's going to happen this day and time, and it's happening. So that's, and if you listen to the videos that I've been, well, I'm about to get into, and I tell you that, and I'm about to tell you the reason, the purpose why I tell you that. So let's go. Before I get into the second part of the video, the second part of the deception, let's go find out why the Lord God permit me to tell you things, tell you where it's written down at, and we go there. So we gone into this book. It's called the second book of Adam and Eve, the conflict of Satan, and this one's written by Joseph B. Lumpkins. Joseph Lumpkins, and now, if I'm not mistaken, that's the same man who wrote who copied, because all this just copied, don't they? Just copy these things and put their name on it. What they do, I tell you, we read it in these books, don't go into the prologue, don't read the introduction, just go right into the testament that they have copied, because you read the prologue and you think you know it all, you don't know nothing. And that's what they're hoping that you would do. Yeah. So, really, they hope that you never leave the Holy Bible. That's right. They hope that you never get out the Holy Bible. But the Lord God told in the book of Isaiah, He can't teach you nothing. He can't teach you doctrine. He can't teach you nothing. Why? Because you're hooked on the milk. You're hooked on the breast. The Bible, the Holy Bible. Until you get away from that and start learning how to read other books and eat meat, you're going to still be in that strong delusion. And that's what this video is about. Yeah. Satan has transformed himself in an angel of light. And you in those church houses giving praise to that demon. Okay? You got to believe him. All I can do is give it to you as the Lord God and gave it to me. So this book is Adam and Eve, the conflict of Satan. And I'm in chapter 8. Roman 8, X11, XII, X11. And we're going to let's go to, I want to start at the 10th verse. That's page 22 at the 10th verse. Okay? All right. Thus, O Adam, has this night deceived you? It is not to last forever, but only 12 hours. For when it is over, daylight will return. Do not sigh or be moved, and do not sigh in your heart that the darkness is long and drags on wearily. Do not say in your heart that I plague you with this. Straighten your heart and be not afraid. This darkness is not a punishment. This darkness is not a punishment. Adam I have made day, and I have placed the sun to give you light in order that you and your children should do your work. You know when Jesus said about the day man can work, and when night come no man can work? For I know you would sin and transgress and come out into this land. Yet I wouldn't force you, nor ride herd over you. This is the Lord God telling now. I wouldn't force you or ride herd, just like you do now. I'm just giving you the word. God is not forcing you, even though He can. He's not forcing you. Okay. Yet I wouldn't force you, nor ride herd over you, nor shut up, nor doom you through your fall, nor through your coming out from the light into the darkness. Y'all, yet through your coming from the garden into this land. For I made you of light, and I will to bring out the children of light from you that were like you. But you did not keep my commandments one day until I had finished the creation and blessed everything in it. One day. So what's one day? 1,000 years. Okay. Then concerning the tree. Now this is the tree. I command you not to eat of it. Yet I knew that Satan, who deceived himself, would also deceive you. So I made known to you by the means of the tree, not to come near him. That's what he said, by the means of the tree. That's what he made. That's why he made the tree, not to come near him. And I told you not to eat of the fruit thereof. Now you see that's why I say with all that knowledge and wisdom get understanding. So you gotta understand, there was no reading, no writing back then. There was no reading. So God used symbolism. And just like you listen to that man Yahin or the children of Israel, how they use numbers and symbolism, that has never changed. That has never changed. You might be looking at one thing and looking at something totally different. Because when a person can't read, they know signs and symbols. That's like a child. When they start off, like my daughter, I had her in the car, and I used to ride around. She see all the buildings and everything. Say, Daddy, what's that? Daddy, what's that? Daddy, what is that? And I tell her everything until that one day she learned that a tree can be spelled. And once she found that, it was over. We couldn't stop her. But right here, this way. So I made known to you by the means of the tree not to come near him. And I told you not to eat of the fruit thereof, nor to taste of it, nor yet to sit under it, nor yield to it. Had I not spoken to you, now this is very important. What I'm about to read to you is very important. Had I not spoken to you, O Adam, concerning the tree, and had I left you without a commandment you had sinned, it would have been an offense on my part. So if he wouldn't have told you, that's what he said, concerning the tree, if I have left you without a commandment and you had sinned, it would have been an offense on my part. Why? Because he didn't tell him. And that's why, even though these things, I tell you the same thing over and over and over again about the books. Why? Where to find things out, what to do, and read them to you. Why? Because that's what the Lord God said. And so when I read to you in the book of wait a minute, I want to say Jeremiah and Ezekiel. That's where it's at. Well, you know what? It's Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. So the blood don't be on my hands. So that was the Lord God. That's what God is telling Adam right there. Okay. So I'm going to read that once again, then we move on. I had not spoken to you, O Adam, concerning the tree, and had left you without a commandment, and you had sinned, it would have been an offense on my part. For not having given you any order, you would turn around and blame me for it. That's what you say. You say, for not having given you any order, you would turn around and blame me for it. But I command you and warned you, and you failed. Well, I say, I command you and warned you, and you failed. So that my creatures could not blame me. I would say, but I command you and warned you, and you failed. So that my creatures could not blame me, but the blame rests on them alone. So once God tell you, that's why I tell you and keep telling you and keep telling you. So the blame won't be on me. Blame won't be on God, because he done told you. He sent us. That's why he sent these prophets, the real truth prophets. That's why he sent them to tell you, to warn you, not to fleece you. Not to give me money. Oh, give me some money, and then I'm going to send you some tapes and some CDs, and I'm going to give you a book. And you can read the book, about the things that are in the book, and they're not going to help you at all, but at least that's it. When I give you these books help you. Why? Because the Lord God gave it to me to give to you. All right? You're going to see the outcome of this. Just keep watching. But I command you and warn you, and you fail, so that my creatures could not blame me, but the blame rests on them alone. And, O Adam, I made the day so that you and your descendants could work and toil in, and I have made the night for them to rest in from their work, and from the beasts of the field to go forth at night and look for their food. But little of darkness now remain, O Adam, daylight will soon appear. Now, you can take that any way you want. Because, like I tell you, like I said, but a little darkness now remains, O son of man, O Adam, O man, and daylight will soon appear. So when you read this book, and read all the books, take your time, go through the process. Go through it. Take your time. I didn't rush. Some of these books I had to go read 2, 3 times. Oh, that's right. And then I studied them. After I read them, read the story, it's good reading. Man, does it read like the best novel any man could ever read. And then so I went back and studied. So when I went back and studied, that's when the Holy Spirit started teaching me and telling me what this mean, what that mean. Then angels come and tell and speak to me, minister unto me. Yeah, yes they do. Hey man, you don't even know. I'm not even giving you, like they say, 0.001. Not giving it to you. No, all you getting is fragments. All right, but it's not gonna always be fragments. All right, so now let's go. I know I still had the dream for you, part 2 of the dream. That might come to the end of the video. But anyway, so let's go. So now we've gone. We stopped at the angel of light, or that he may worship and slave Adam. At the time, like they're doing now in these church houses, you're a slave to that. You might not think that you're doing the will of God, but you're not. And I just read that to you, what you truly are doing. That's in part 1 of this video. So you can go see what you're doing. All right. Then the angel went from Adam and seized Satan. This the Lord God had came. Let's see here. Verse 13. We're in chapter 27, verse 13. Adam, chapter 27, verse 13. Then the angel went from Adam and seized Satan in the opening of the cave and stripped him of the false image, lie, pretense that he had assumed, and brought him into his own hideous form to Adam and Eve, who were afraid of him when they saw him. I'll repeat that to you. I'll repeat it. Then the angel went from Adam and seized Satan at the opening of the caves and stripped him of his false image, lie, pretense, And he has assumed and brought, him to his own hideous form to Adam and Eve, who were afraid of him when they saw him. And the angel said to Adam, this hideous form has been his ever since God made him fall from heaven. He could not have come near you in it. Therefore he transformed himself into an angel of light. Then I just finished reading to you that in 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 13. That's what it says. Now you know where that comes from. Because they tell you these things, but they can't tell you where that comes from. Next time one of them pastor preachers asks you, say Satan has transformed himself. I've been hearing that all ever since I stepped call myself stepping into the gospel. Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light. And you the one they're talking about. But it deceives us to make us believe that they're talking and speaking about someone else. And that's the very people that the law of God is talking about. Satan people. I haven't got deep in this book yet. But as I get deep in the book, I'm pointing them all out to you. If the law of God give it to me, I'm going to give it to you. That's why I wanted this book, a certain book that I had to have, that the Lord gave to me in my spirit, to make sure that you have his word. And I tell you, anything I read to you, read all of it, read the same. Doesn't same thing, it reads the same. Okay, so let's go. All right, now I'm gonna read this again. We're gonna move on. So I'm gonna start at chapter 27, verse 14. And the angel said to Adam, this hideous form has been his ever since God made him fall from heaven. He could not have come near you in it. Therefore he transformed himself into an angel of light. Then the angel drove Satan and his host away from Adam and Eve, and said to them, fear not, God who hath created you will strengthen you. And the angel left them, and Adam and Eve remained standing in the cave with no consolation, came to them as they was divided in their thoughts. And when it was morning, they prayed and went out to seek the garden, for their hearts were seeking it, and they could get no consolation from having left it. Yeah. And see, when it was morning, they prayed, and then they went out and seek the God. So they prayed, and that's why I told you, listen to my video, that's why I tell you, pray morning, noon, and when you get in the bed. King David praised God several times a day. That's in what do we say? Psalms 119, it's in Psalm 119 somewhere. So we pray in the morning. This was your father and them. This Adam, your father, whom we come from. And Eve, this is what they did. They prayed. Man, they'll pray all night sometime. Yeah. All right. Keep reading. Now we're going to the 28th. Because you believe in this fly away doctrine. That's what you believe in. You believe that God gonna send his holy angels and they're gonna fly you away to some different planet. That's what you believe. I was taught the same thing. I was taught those lies too. But I had to repent and repent again and come into the bonds of the forever covenant. I didn't get this. What would I know about this? All the lies and things they've been teaching and preaching to us since we was young, since we was kids. The same lie, it haven't changed. Same people telling you the same lie. Why? You know why they're doing it? Tell you why they're doing it. Go to, it's in this paper right here. Not by might, not by power. Go to Second Kings chapter 5. I don't see it. I want to make sure that I want to see you on the wild goose chase. Second Kings chapter 5. 2 Kings chapter 5. I want to make sure that that's where it's at. Yeah, because yeah, that's what it's 2 Kings chapter 5 and it's verse 26, and you see why they didn't do it. I can read it to you. 2 Kings chapter 5 verse 26. And he said unto him, we'll start at verse 25. But he went and stood before his master, Elisha, and said to him, Whence cometh thou, Gehazi? And he said, Thy servant went no whither. And he said, this is Elisha speaking unto his servant. He said unto him, Went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from the chariot to meet thee? And this what the man gave him, money, bags, and cars. Just read the whole chapter 5. Is it a time to receive money, to receive garments, olive yards, vineyards, sheep, oxen, manservants, and maidservants? That's what he said. Now, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what they want. That's what they want from you. That's what they want from you. All I can do is give it to you as the Lord God gave it to me. That's all I can do. Now let's read. Let's read. All right, so chapter 28, XXV, 1, 2, 3 eyes. But when the craft of Satan saw they was going to the garden, he gathered together his hosts and came in appearance on a cloud. See that what it said? He gathered together his hosts and came in appearance on a cloud, intent on deceiving him. But when Adam and Eve saw him in a vision, they thought, they thought there was angels of God come to comfort them about having left the garden and bring them back into it. That's written. I'll read it to you again. But when the craft of Satan thought he was going to the garden, he gathered together his souls and came in appearance on a cloud. Isn't he coming to? Didn't it say Jesus come back to fly your way on a cloud? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come back in appearance on a cloud, intent on deceiving them. But when Adam and Eve saw him in a vision, they thought that there was angel of God come to comfort them about having to leave the garden and bring them back into it again. And Adam spread his hand before God and begged him to make him understand what they were. Then Satan, the head of all that is good, said to Adam, O Adam, I am the angel of the great God, and behold the hosts that surround me. God has sent us to take you and bring you into the northern border of God, to the shore of the clear sea, and bathe you and Eve in it, and raise you from your former joy, and return you to the garden again. That's what Satan coming back. That's what he's doing. He's going to send those demon angels to you, just like it showed you, and coming back to fly your way at to what? To heaven. That's what it is, heaven. Come on, man. Come on, man. With all your knowledge and wisdom, get understanding. And that's what this is about. Okay? Then Satan, the head of that is good, said to Adam, Oh, I am the angel of the great God, and behold the hosts that surround me. God, you know, he says Satan has transformed himself in the angel of light. Come on, bro. I am an angel of great God, and behold the hosts that surround me. God has sent us to take you and bring you to the northern border of God, to the shore of the clear sea, and bathe you and Eve in it, and raise you to your former joy, that you return to the garden for once again. And those words sank into the heart of Adam and Eve. Yet God withheld his word from Adam, and did not make him understand at once, but waited to see his strength, and whether he would overcome as Eve was, whether he would be overcome as Eve was in the garden, or whether he would win the battle. See, that's a battle. Every time Satan comes to you, it's a battle. Every time. If you don't overcome your uncle will come drugs, that's a battle. You overcome abomination, man sleeping with man, woman sleeping, that's a battle. If you don't overcome fornication, that's a battle. If you don't overcome adultery, that's a battle. You don't overcome smoking, that's a battle. You don't overcome drinking, that's a battle. You don't overcome gambling, that's a battle. So all those are battles. I had to overcome them. I sure did. Yeah. Cussing, cursing, it's a battle. And that's what the Lord God see, whether they was going to overcome this battle. The demons, Satan transformed, and he coming to fly you away where? To heaven, God in the evil heaven. That's what that represents. Come to fly you away doctrine, that fly away doctrine. That's a battle, whether you're going to come overcome it or not. It's a battle. Whether you're going to get back into the binds of the forever covenant. The forever covenant has never changed. It's a battle. All I can do is just tell you. And whether you're going to overcome it, how you overcome it. Repent with your whole heart. Be baptized in Jesus' name. Be baptized in Jesus' name. Humble yourself before the throne of grace. Call on the holy name of Lord God. Repent with your whole heart and keep all his commandments and enter back into the bonds of forever covenant, O Israel, before it's too late. Okay. When I'm going to read that to you some other time. Then Satan called to Adam and Eve and said, behold, we go to the sea of water. And they began to go. And Adam and Eve followed them a little distance. But when they came to a mountain to the north of the garden, which was very high mountain without any steps, the top of it, the devil came near to Adam and Eve and made them go up to the top in reality and not in a vision, because he wished to throw them down and to kill them and to wipe their names from the earth, so that the earth should belong to him and his hosts alone. What do you think this is about? Come on, man. Satan is a deceiver, bro. A hater of all, a great hater. What do you say? Satan is a hater of all. Yeah, he's a great deceiver. He's a hater of all that is good. Satan is a hater of all that is good. Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah. So that's what he is. Satan's a hater of all that is good. Satan promising things. Satan not gonna give it. Let me see if I can find this. Hey, Satan not gonna keep his promise. These people think that if they get rid of us, and do whatever they desire to do, if God would permit them to do, that Satan is gonna keep his promise that he made to them. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's not. Right? I'm just telling you, he's not going to do it. This is how Satan operates. Satan gets you to do his wicked deeds and do all his devilish stuff. Then he's going to turn on you. You're going to see. Keep watching. He's going to see. All right. So let's go. We are in, let's see. I read everything to you. And when the morning they prayed that they could seek the God, for they also seeking it, and they could not have come out as consolation. All right, the flyaway doctrine. So Satan took them to the top of the mountain. And then, like I say, he left them there. This how I read. He left them there to wipe his name from off the face of the earth and get the earth back belongs to him. Because that's God cast him down to him. And the darkness was on the earth. And then Adam and Eve came, and he explains all that explained in the book. I'm just going to the part where How Satan transformed himself into light, an angel of light. See, before my time is getting short, but before I go, let me read. We're gonna go a little further into this. Okay, we're going to chapter 29. Chapter 29. But when the merciful God saw Satan wish to kill Adam with the many tricks, and saw that Adam was meek and without guile, God spoke to Satan in a loud voice and cursed him. Then then he and his host fled, and Adam and Eve remained standing on the top of the mountain, for they saw below them the wide world, high above which they were. But they saw none of the hosts which time after time were by them. They cried, both Adam and Eve, before God, and begged for forgiveness of him. Then the word from God came to Adam and said to him, you must know and understand concerning Satan, that seek to deceive you and your descendants after you. To seek to deceive you and your descendants after you. Have not you been deceived? I've been deceived. So have not you been deceived? But I had to repent with all my heart. Okay. What the Lord God said? The whole world has been deceived. That's what God said that. You must know and understand concerning Satan, that seeks to deceive you and your descendants after you. He has done that. And Adam cried before the Lord God and begged and prayed to him to give him something from the garden. Now, here we go. As a token to him where to be comforted. And God considered Adam's thought and sent the angel Michael as far as the sea to reach India. And he took from their golden rods and bring them to Adam. So he did that. This God did in his wisdom in order that these golden rods, being with Adam in the cave, should shine forth with light in the night around him. And he put an end to his fear of darkness. Then the angel Michael went down by God's order and took the golden rods as God had commanded and brought them to God. Okay, now we're on 30, chapter 30. After these things, God commanded angel Gabriel to go down to the garden and say to the cherub who keep it, behold, God has commanded me to come into the garden and take from it sweet smelling incense. You know, frankincense, incense, and give it to Adam. Then the angel Gabriel went down by God's order to God and told the cherub as God had commanded. The cherub then said, this is acceptable. And Gabriel went in and took the incense. Then God commanded his angel Raphael to go down to God and speak to the cherubs about some myrrh to give to Adam. Some myrrh. You know, frankincense and myrrh. Okay. And the angel Raphael went down and told the cherub as God had commanded him, and the cherub said, this is acceptable. Then Raphael went and took the myrrh. And the golden rods was from the Indian Sea, where there are precious stones. The incense was from the eastern border of the garden, and the myrrh from the western border, from where the bitterness came over Adam. And the angels brought these things to God by the tree of life in the garden. Then God said to the angels, dip them in the spring of water, and take them and sprinkle their water over Adam and Eve, that they should be a little comfort in their sorrow, and gave them to Adam and Eve. And the angels did as God commanded them, and they gave all those things to Adam and Eve on the top of the mountain on which Satan had placed them, when he sought to make an end of them. And when Adam saw the golden rods and the incense and the myrrh, he rejoiced and cried, because he thought that the gold was a token of the kingdom from where he had come, and the incense was a token of the bright light which had been taken from him, and the mirth was the token of the sorrow which he was in. So that's what Adam thought. Okay. After these things happened, chapter 31. We're going to get to that. After these things happened, God said to Adam, you asked me for something from the garden to be comfortable with, and I have given you these 3 tokens in a consolation to you, so that you trust in me and in my covenant with you. For I will come and save you when I am in the flesh. You say, for I will come and save you. For I will come and save you when I am in the flesh. Cain should bring me gold, incense, and myrrh. Prophecy. See where prophecy come from? At the start. That's where prophecy comes from. I tell you all the time, there's a reason and purpose for everything else, and it came from somewhere. But you listen to them. You listen to these. They don't know. I keep telling these people in the church houses, them pastors, preachers, and teachers, God said, I didn't send them. And I have read that to you. God said, I didn't send them. If I would have sent them, then my people would have been healed. Who? Israel would have been healed, and we wouldn't be no longer in this bondage. It would be just like I read to you. We'd be headed to Eden, and he'd be and destroyed this place. That's God's words. That's not mine. Okay. All right. So I have given these 3 tokens, consolation to you, so that you trust in me and in my covenant with you. See, it's a covenant. For I will come and save you when I am in the flesh. The king shall bring me gold, incense, and myrrh. Gold is the token of my kingdom. Incense is a token of my divinity. And myrrh is a token of my suffering and of my death. But Adam put these by you in the cave, and the gold so that it may shine light over you by night, the incense so that you smell its sweet savor, and the myrrh to comfort you in your sorrow. When Adam heard these words from God, he worshipped before him, and Eve worshipped him and gave him thank you, for he had dealt merciful with them. All I can do is give it to you as he gave it to me. Now, so if you go, and this paper was given way before I just got this book. This paper here, Not by Might, Not by Power, was given to me way before that, during Michael Brown's day. That's when it was given to me. Now listen to this. Just listen to me. So in the paper, you can go to, you say, burn your incense, Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. So let's go to Malachi. I got a dream for you. I want to tell you the second part of that dream. Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. So we go in there right now. Yeah, because I burn incense 3 times a day. I burn it in the morning, at my prayer time in the morning, and my prayer time when the sun come up, I'm burning incense. When the sun go down, I'm burning incense as I'm praying. Why? Because the Lord God said do it. So Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. 1:1. From the rising of the sun, all right. Malachi chapter 1, verse 11. From the rising of the sun even to the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles. In every place incense shall be offered unto me as a pure offering. And my name shall be great among the heathen, say the Lord of hosts. See? See, in every place incense should be offered unto my name in a pure offering. Let me break this down to you again. From the rising of the sun. So what did you do at the rising of the sun? You're burning your incense and you're praying. Until the going down of the same. My name should. So what you're doing at the going down of the sun, you're doing the same. Burning incense and praying. My name should be great among the Gentiles. So where you are at? In the land of the Gentiles. In every place shall be offered unto my name. So what we're doing, we're offering that into what? The Lord's name. That's what we're doing. Last he prophesied in the garden, as he prophesied. Well, it's not in the garden. As he prophesied when Adam and Eve fell. Okay, and you know why? You know what it's for. Okay, shall be offered unto the name a pure offering. For my name shall be great among what? The heathen. So where you at? In the land of the heathen, man. Come on, bro. Say the Lord of hosts. I just told you, say, well, all your knowledge, wisdom, get understanding. And just see how I broke that down to you. Now, going to the dream. It's the part 2 of the dream that this is the part 2 of the dream. I know I usually get more dreams than that, but this, like I said, this is different now. I still want to give you 2 dreams when the Lord God gave me a lot of dreams. He did. But he gave me special dreams. And this part 2 of the first dream, the dream that I said, yeah. All right, there was a long dream. Some had, oh no, not that. Read that one too. All right, so, wait a minute. Wait, I got it. Got it. Here we go. Next, I can remember having a, oh no, not that one. Okay. I was watching this basketball game with these kids playing, young men. They had on red uniform. So they had, see, the first time that they had on the top of the uniforms was red and checkered, and the bottom of the uniform was khakis, but they was children then. But see now, they had them grown up, and they had on red uniforms. So the whole uniform was red. They had checkered red. The boys had on checkered red shirts, long sleeve, and with red pants on. And the girls had on checkered dresses all the way down. Now, all of them was different, but all of them was red and checkered. So that's what I say. So I think the opponents had on gold. The team red put a giant of a fellow in. So they had, man, this giant of a man, he was taller than everybody else. Now, I ain't saying like a giant, he reached up to the ceiling. No, it wasn't like that. He just was healthy. He was a healthy man and looked like a giant over everybody else. So there we see a giant of a man, a giant of a fellow in. And he was trying to force the ball in the goal as he was shooting it. So he was trying to use his strength, his power, no finesse or nothing. Everything he did it like I'm the strongest, I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest out here. So you got to remember the first dream I told them people not to go and let the woman draw their blood and do things to them, you know, experiment on those kids. Okay, that's what that was the dream about. Don't let the children go to the daughter's charity, because they was taking the blood to learn how to splice the DNA to make the DNA different. So that's what they was doing. So this giant of the man, so when they was playing basketball, so he tries to go up and just a simple little layup, lay off the glass going, but he go up there and he just rams it and try to force it go from off the glass into the backboard. Man, I mean, he hit it hard, but it wouldn't go because it doesn't go like that. And so next, he took the ball and he passed it to try to pass to the teammate, and all his teammates had on red. All his teammates had on red. So when he passed the ball, they went back like that. They ducked the ball like that. Now I was in the bleachers with my mom. My mom's did. So I was in the bleachers. I said, Mom, I did that too. I ducked the ball because I played in Germany, and how I ducked the ball, man, go to practice, they never passed me the ball. So when I got in the game, I ducked the ball because you ain't never passed me the ball in practice while you throwing the ball to me. So I just did like that, and I ducked the ball. But after that, I learned. But so anyway, so that's what they did. But they wouldn't have dunked the ball for that. They was dunking the ball because the power, that the way he was throwing that ball, and he was throwing that ball so hard and powerful, and all of them was lined up. Yeah, all 4 of them was lined up in a row, and all of them did the same thing. And let that ball pass them on by. And he was trying to shoot the ball from half court and just trying to just power that ball in there. But you know, because he was that type, he was a giant, he was that type of a man. So that's what he was doing. So next, uh, he was trying to force the ball in the goal, and he was shooting it off the backboard, open jumpers. He passed the ball to his teammates, and they leaned back and ducked the ball. And I was watching it with my mom, so I said I did that once too, but I ducked the ball. I ducked the ball forward. All right, the clock was running out. He forced a shot from half coast. He missed it. Next, I see they're going to get something to eat off. Could have been the game was over with. I don't know. It could have been going to get something to eat or the game was over with. And but I left, but they left. But one group left in unison off the top bleachers in the next row. They had on red and blue checkered dress, pants, and the girls had on skirts. So that was said. They had red and blue checkers, and it was the same people, the same children that I saw in the first dream long time ago. It's the same children. And how they left the top, the bleachers was only like 4 steps high, you know, how 4 bleachers high. And so when the other, at the first 2 people left off the bleachers, they just, you know, like regular people got up and left. But these sets of children, all of them was dressed alike, and all of them left alike. All of them left in unison. Yeah, the first row left in unison, the second row left in unison. They was together. And they had done them children something. That's right. And they took and spliced them, and they could have been watching their brother. And how they spliced that gene and made him over everybody. Made a giant over everybody. That's what they did. Yeah. So that was the dream. That was the part 2 of that dream. Part 1 is when they was kids, and I told them don't mess with them people. And them people was from Tulane University. That was the woman, that's what she claimed she was from. Now, whether she was from Tulane or not, but that's what she claimed for. And she was so happy. And she was getting all that stuff straight from take their blood and all like that. Yeah. But like I said, so when I got the Park Corral Park that's on Leanders and Claiborne. And so I seen those 4 horses, and the angel sitting on the horse was good. He had on gold. He was gold, and the spear was a gold spear. He has pointed towards the sky, and the people, all the people, were singing Mahalia Jackson's song. It's the time of the judgment. It's the time of the judgment. And I said, man, I should sing along with them. It's the time of the judgment. Yeah, man, I was happy. See those 4 horses coming? Man, it was a beautiful dream. And it was a vision inside of the dream. I was dreaming, and then that came as a vision. And it was going towards the west, the time of the judgment. Yeah. I told you I saw Warrenwood coming down, all so beautiful. I didn't seen it all. I told you I didn't seen it all. The 4 hot spots, Lord God showed me 4 burning flames in Africa, but there was in northern Africa, 4 burning flames. Then after he showed me that, he showed me the dirt in Africa. Yeah, sure did. That's what Lord showed me more than that. I ain't telling you all right now because it's not time. It's not time, but I know it's time for me to tell you that dream. And like I said, I had a program on WBK. I only got a minute left. I had a program on WBOK, 12:30 a.m. in New Orleans, and so I tell a dream, then I read the scriptures. That's what I do. I tell a dream that the Lord God give me, and I read the scriptures. So now those dreams that I didn't say 2, 3 years, 4 years ago, now they coming to pass. They are. And like I said, if they have to record, they record stuff. I hope they record. And if they record, they have all the dreams. And they tell you all of them come pass. Just like that building fell in New Orleans. Yeah, I told you that dream. So, and I told you on the radio, on the air too. And so this next, I'm looking for an earthquake. That was the dream I had. That was the earthquake dream. So I have dreams also I had dreams also about with them people, ICUC, man, them people not real. Them people are phonies. Them people are phony. And if you into that in IUIC, you better get out of it. You better get out. And get out those church houses too. I'm telling you. All I can do is warn you, just like the Lord God said. If he hadn't warned you, then it'd be on him. But now have you been warned, it's on you. So this is not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.